Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Planet X News. It is May 30th, 2019. And folks, there is all kinds of breaking news first thing this morning. So if you're not up, get up and enjoy your morning coffee with me, Scott Sion, right here at Planet X News. Listen, folks, just in a matter of last couple of hours, we've had earthquakes in Australia, El Salvador, Chile, Peru, and also a very, very odd earthquake in Arizona. Now, all of this is following the solar wind impact that occurred here on Earth. It started coming in on the 28th, 29th, and naturally, we would expect these impacts to cause some earthquakes. Usually it would be a few days later. What I am actually theorizing now is that we are actually having some breakdowns in our magnetosphere, and this is allowing even more of these heavily charged particles to impact the Earth. And it seems like these impacts are getting more and more severe. You've all heard me mention the solar minimum that is coming up here in just about, I think they estimated the actual official start sometime in the middle of June or the end of June. But at this point in time, folks, it really doesn't matter. We are already feeling these impacts. I also have some new photographs that I captured late yesterday and very, very early this morning. I've been up since 3:30 a.m. because I know the orbital path of these Planet X objects. So I had a feeling that based on the evidence that we saw on the SDO from the 25th, just a matter of time when I would catch it again, and I was lucky. So I'll show you those photographs also. Let me just go ahead and turn on this live chat here real quick. And we have a lot of issues, I guess, with people not being able to get their email notifications. And I'm going to go ahead and cover that real quick. So let me go ahead and set that back down there so I could see you all. Now, listen, folks, real quick, with this email notification, I contacted the support for the email server that I use. They got back in touch with me very, very early this morning, and we did have a lot of people that were using email services. I'm not trying to insult anybody, but some of these email services are kind of antiquated. If you're still using America Online as your email source, you need to upgrade that. But here's the thing, folks. A lot of these different email servers that you guys may have alternative accounts with, they may be looking at this confirmation email as either junk mail or spam. They may even eliminate it. I don't know. But all of you, if you are able to comment on a YouTube video, that means that you have a Gmail account. You cannot comment on YouTube videos if you are not signed into your Gmail account. So what I would recommend for all of you to just break down all the frustrations, use your Gmail account and sign up for the email notifications. Now, we already have over 6,000 people that have signed up successfully. Some of them are using Yahoo and what is the other ones that are most popular? Yahoo. Oh man, just slipped my mind. There's a couple of them that are working perfectly fine. Now, I have tested all of this. It's all working perfectly fine. I had a few people that said that they were using Comcast Infinity email. They weren't getting their confirmation. I also have Xfinity Cable, and I also have a Comcast.net email address. I have that email address seeded into this list, and I got the confirmation. So maybe some of you may not be that, technically advanced with email, but you need to look around in your spam folder or your junk mail folder, and you need to look for that confirmation email. Now, once you get that confirmation email, this is where we've had another big problem. As I've explained, when you hit the landing page and you fill out your name and your email address, and you click enter, I told all of you to wait for about a minute, then go to your email, open it up, and you need to confirm that email address. Okay, that way it's not treated as junk mail and spam. These are just some guidelines put forth many, many years ago dealing with spam mail. So whenever you get your confirmation email, you need to open it up, and there's a blue button in the email that says confirm email. Click the button, the blue button. Click it, click it, click it. It's all you have to do. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. If you guys are not using your Gmail accounts to do this, look, I don't know what to tell you. I know it's a little frustrating for some folks. They were having problems. I would not be using... some of you were using your corporate email addresses that you have at work. Don't do that. I wouldn't do that. You don't want to end up getting fired for something like this. Use your personal Gmail accounts. Gmail also has built-in virus software. And, look, I hack on Google all the time. I complain about them and YouTube all the time. But, folks, their products are state-of-the-art. We all use them. So, if you're watching me now and you're commenting away in the chat, that means that you have a Gmail account. Start using it. That's all I can say. And you'll be able to get these email notifications, because over 6,000 people have already signed up, and it's working perfectly fine for all of them. So that's my advice to give all of you on this this email notification snafu. I even had one guy say that the landing page was completely wrong. And I asked, well, what the hell's wrong with it? It seems to be working for 6,000 other people, plus myself. Anyways, if you guys have any problems, use your Gmail and we'll work on it. The information I got from tech support this morning, everything seems to be working perfectly fine. There were, I think, about 1,300 people that watched the video from yesterday that I put up about the email. And they all confirmed last night and early this morning. So it seems to be working, but maybe not for some other folks. But we'll work on it. Let me just fix this little thing here. Now, before I get into some of this information here, folks, I think this is pretty vital what's happening with these earthquakes. And I'm getting more data in on these tornadoes, and this is just absolutely horrific. Yesterday, the Weather Channel clocked in for the month of May over 500 confirmed tornadoes in the United States in the month of May. That's right, I said 500. I'm not making that up. And even my local news, weather, here in Pittsburgh, they actually did a special on it yesterday. And I got to watch it. They were talking about why this was happening. During the interview with the meteorologist, I could see it in his face. I could see the bewilderment in his face as he was reading his script. I can tell that he really wasn't telling the truth, but he wanted to. These meteorologists know damn well what is happening. But they did say one thing, that they really don't see any break in all of this for quite some time. Taking note that the very active season for tornadoes is June and July. So if we had 500 tornadoes in the month of May, what the hell are we going to expect in June and July? That's my point. So we are going to have to stay very vigilant and alert for all of this weather. I had some weather rip through my area yesterday. I had to leave my shop, and I took Dr. Albers out for some shopping. And after we were coming out of Walmart, all of a sudden the sky just turned completely black, and I mean just completely black. And then off in the distance, we can see one of these very, very large storm cells. And it was kind of weird looking, We normally don't get those really strong type of storm cells here in PA. We get some heavy downpours, but I don't know, man. This thing looked really weird. So I took a few photographs of it, nothing really to write home about. And as we were traveling down one of the routes here to get back home, all of a sudden, wow, I looked in my rear view mirror, and it was pouring down rain behind me. Not on me or in front of me, behind me. I was yelling for Dr. Albers, turn around, look through the back window. And she did, and she said, oh my God. And then that storm cell literally went over top of us. I was going 45 miles an hour. So within a minute, that storm cell that was behind us was now on top of us and moved straight over us. Within 2 miles down that road, I had to stop my car. Why? Because a gigantic tree on the side of the road, several of the huge branches were just ripped off, and they were laying right across the road. You could not pass. So I actually had to stop my car, get out in the pouring rain, and break my ass to lift this huge, it must have been 25 feet long, huge piece of tree that had come down, and I had to drag it off to the side of the road. We drove another mile down the road, same damn thing. I had to get out of the car again. This time the branch was a little bit smaller, but large enough where it blocked the whole entire road. These situations with these storm cells, folks, they're very, very serious. If I would have been traveling down that road just a minute sooner, that large branch that came off of that tree, it would have crushed the roof of my car. I mean, it could have caused a very, very serious accident. We did have some flooding damage in some of the northern counties north of Pittsburgh. Beaver County got flooded out. We didn't have any of those problems here in the Pittsburgh area, but we did have some heavy downpours. When I got back home into my neighborhood was a mess. Branches everywhere, leaves all over the place. It just happened to be garbage day, and because of Memorial Day, the garbage company didn't pick up everybody's trash, so it was still left out in front of their houses. Forget about it. It was all over the neighborhood. It literally looked like one of the slums in, New York City or San Francisco or LA or whatever. But everybody in the neighborhood got out after the storm went by, and we cleaned it all up. But yeah, these storms are getting pretty deadly. People are losing their lives. I saw a photograph yesterday. I believe it was so many pictures coming in. I believe it was either in Kansas or Ohio. It was a very large boat. It was probably about looked like a good 25 to 30 foot boat, cabin cruiser. It was on the second floor of a house. The roof of the house was gone. And the boat was on the second floor, demolished the entire house. And then I told you guys about that huge dumpster. I think that dumpster, they said, weighed between 1,500 and 1,800 pounds. That ended up on the second story of an apartment building that was 2 stories high. Right through it. I mean, wow. This was a brick structure. Roof gone, dumpster, second floor. So things are ramping up. Things are going to get worse. This isn't fear-mongering. This is real life. Unfortunately, this is going to be the life that we will lead from this point on. So we're going to get into some of these earthquakes here, because this earthquake in Arizona was a little odd. They usually don't have seismic activity like I'm going to show you. During my report on the earthquake in Peru, if you folks don't remember, I told you how that pressure would probably transfer over towards the area of Indonesia, possibly even India, somewhere in that South Pacific region. And sure enough, I did mention that, hey, we may even see a larger earthquake in Australia. Well, lo and behold, folks, a magnitude 5.3 hit pretty close to the Northern Territory in Australia, and they did have a few more smaller quakes after that. About an hour ago, there was a magnitude 6.6 earthquake that hit just off of the coast of El Salvador. I did check the tsunami data. There was a little bit of a wave increase, and the depth was 65 kilometers. So we'll see what happens. I'll be checking this tsunami data. We'll see what happens. But a magnitude 6.6 right off the coast of El Salvador, you could probably expect some moderate damage inland. So we'll see what happens. But there were earthquakes all over the place. And I just saw a straight line earthquake across the United States. Yeah. I also have these new photographs that I want to show you that I captured of this Planet X object moving up over the eastern limb of the sun. These are brand new. They're only a few hours old. You're the first to see them. But I have a little bone to pick right now. You guys can consider it a rant. You can consider it whatever you want. I was recently sent some video links to Pastor Paul Begley once again. And last night, I was beat. I had a long day at my shop dealing with clients and, this weather situation and the whole 9 yards. I took a short nap and woke up, and I'm getting all of these inbox messages on Facebook about this video that Pastor Paul Begley had made concerning this little tiny green flash drive that he has. Hold on one second. Listen, folks, I don't want to delete people's comments in the live chat here real quick, but when you're in my live chat, don't insult each other's religion, okay? If you start insulting each other's religion, I will ban you from my YouTube channel. I'm not joking around, okay? Everybody has a right to their own beliefs. I don't care if you're Christian. I don't care if you're Jewish, Muslim. I don't care. Just tone it down in my live chat with your comments about religion, okay? But anyways, now we're going to jump into the religion factor, and I hate doing this. So I watched this video of Pastor Paul Begley's last night because, I mean, I had over 100 and some people inboxing me and emailing me this link. Now, I usually don't watch Pastor Paul Begley's nonsense because that's exactly what it is. It's nonsense. He's been calling for the end of the world for, I don't know, years and years and years. And that's how he makes his money. Okay? False prophet. Religion for money. I've warned you folks about this before. I'll warn you again. So he has this little green flash drive. I talked about this 2 months ago. The guy that runs the YouTube channel, Israeli News Live. Again, another false prophet guy that simply uses fear-mongering and the end of the world and the end of days to suck money out of all of his subscribers and their online ministries. Folks, don't be stupid. Don't give these people your money. Don't even follow them. Don't even listen to what they have to say. So anyways, this guy from Israeli News Live, he claims that he has this little flash drive that somebody sent him, supposedly a NASA scientist insider, and it has all of this information on it pertaining to Nibiru. Folks, it was all fake. Every stinking bit of it was fake. All of it. Every bit of it. I noticed on this Israeli News Live video, when he was showing some of the information that was on that flash drive, he was showing it on a big flat screen TV behind him. He claimed that he didn't know anything about it. He didn't understand the mathematics. Well, damn. Lo and behold, what did I recognize? I recognized some of Dr. Albers' mathematical data. If you guys watch Dr. Albers' reports, you will see some of the math that she puts into her reports. I can't understand it. And these guys, Begley and this guy from Israeli News, they sure as hell don't understand it. But I recognized the screenshots from Dr. Albers' reports. They're very distinguishable. So, you know, whoever spoofed these guys, they believe it, I guess. But here's the thing. They went ahead and they had this Planet X conference. And they raked in a shitload of money. And they're doing it again. And they previewed all of this data. And they threw out some names there. But here's the thing, folks. It's all fake. All of the data that they gave their subscribers and their people and their followers was damn fake. Then I'm listening to Paul Begley's video last night. He's holding up this little green flash drive, claiming that it's from a NASA insider scientist. Totally crap. Bullshit. Folks, there are some very, very strict non-disclosure agreements when you work for NASA. You will go to jail. You don't see NASA people out there in the media talking about anything, do you? You don't. You don't see NASA scientists giving interviews with Fox News, ABC News, CBS, Entertainment Tonight. No, you do not. Very strict non-disclosure agreements. You violate those agreements, you will go to jail. Trust me. That's like the same thing. I don't know, a while back, Steve Olson was telling people from WSO that he had a NASA insider that was feeding him direct information about Planet X's location. Crap. All lies. Clickbait. They want your views. They want your money. Plain and simple. I'm so upset with Pastor. I'm not even going to call him a pastor. I am so upset with Paul Begley right now. I'm going to call him out. For the last 3 years, I have sent email after email after email to Paul Begley, giving him the correct information, sharing with him all of the photographic and observational evidence that I have collected. I have shared reports with him from Dr. Albers. Guess what? Not one single return email. I thought, okay, let me try to pad his pocket a little bit. I'll donate $25 to his account, and I'll write a note to it and see if that works. Hell no. He took that $25, not even a thank you email. Nothing. Folks, these online ministries, they're nothing more than a scam. They use your faith and they use your religion against you. Stop falling for it. The more you watch that nonsense, the more you're going to cloud your mind. Right now, our planet is in the beginning stages of going through a very, very cataclysmic time. Personally, I don't believe it is the end times. Why? Because I have faith in humanity. I have faith in us. That yes, we can probably get through all of this over the course of the next 11 to 12 years, or maybe even longer. But if we do not pay attention to what is happening and we do not learn about it, then yeah, things are going to get a little scary at times. Yes, there are going to be people that lose their lives. Yes, there is going to be destruction on this planet. You can guarantee that. But folks, don't listen to what these people are saying. Paul Begley was on this video last night saying that his inside NASA scientists gave exact coordinates to where this object is. Crap. Then he states that it's incoming with a second object. They're referring to these things like they're brown dwarf stars, copying a lot of the information that I've probably sent them and the information that Dr. Albers has put out there over the last couple of years. And they're stating that in the year 2023, it will be visible. What in the Sam hell have I been showing all of you for the last 3 years? You see, folks, this is the problem with the YouTube truth movement. There are a very, very small, there's a very small, minute amount of people that are actually searching for the truth. The rest of them, I'll call it like I see it. They're just interested in being an online YouTube personality. All the glory, the fame, the money. You know, people have accused me of being in this for the money. Pfft, the hell out of here. If I had to live my life on YouTube earnings, listen, I'd be living in the gutter. Okay? I'd be living in the gutter. But as you can see by the view counts on my YouTube channel, This YouTube channel no longer has tens of thousands of views like I used to in 2016 and 2017. No, they put the kibosh on that right at the beginning of 2018. Oh yeah, big time. And YouTube knows it. They have my channel listed as a conspiracy channel. But I don't know how the hell it's a conspiracy when I have the best evidence there is. Getting back to Paul Begley's Planet X conference. I heard from a few people that went there. They paid their money. They paid to stay in a hotel. They said it wasn't worth it. Not 1 minute of it. They also said that Begley and his cronies showed zero observational evidence whatsoever. Just information from a fake little flash drive. Hey, check this out. You see this right here? This lighter? This is really not a lighter. This is a secret agent flash drive. This secret agent flash drive, disguised as a lighter, holds all of the Planet X secret information from NASA. Oh my God. If any of you would like to buy this secret agent NASA lighter, which holds all of the secret information for Planet X, if you would like to buy this, send me a $25 donation and I'll make a copy of this and I'll mail it out to you. If you believe that, keep watching Paul Begley. Keep watching Israeli News Live. Keep listening to this guy that Begley has on Mike from around the world. The earth is quaking and shaking. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. Do yourself a favor. Go on to Google or whatever search engine you use and go ahead and pull up Paul Begley, Pastor Paul Begley scams. Oh my God. They're countless. I mean, you're talking about a guy who sucks in over $150,000 a year from YouTube, and God only knows how much more in donations for this supposed online ministry. Folks, let's get into this real quick. 1 second. I have a big truck going by here. Probably the damn garbage man. They should have been here yesterday. Anyhow, anywho, and anyway, let's talk about Jesus Christ, the man. Was Jesus Christ a rich man? Did Jesus take anything from anybody in his 33 years of existence on this earth? Did he take anything from anybody? He sure as hell did. He took a crown of thorns into his head, and he took a cross. These two things were given to that man. And then they killed him. Do any of you ever follow or listen to or heard of Joel Osteen? Joel Osteen, another television evangelisto? The guy drives a $325,000 Ferrari and flies around in a $10 million jet. Inside Edition just did a whole piece on these television evangelists again. Yeah, the one evangelist said, oh yeah, God said that I needed this $5 million Lear jet. God said that. Man, I'm getting pretty pissed off here because so many people fall for this. Don't fall for it. Yeah. Okay, Inglewood Ron. I enjoy those two channels. You're insulting my religion. I'm unsubscribing. You have a bad attitude. You sound like a crybaby. Here, I'll show that. Okay, here, Inglewood Ron. Inglewood Ron, if I'm insulting your religion, I'm sorry. That's not my intention. Furthermore, you're not even subscribed to my YouTube channel, so don't give me your line of bullshit. If you want to unsubscribe, go ahead, unsubscribe. Go back over to Paul Begley's channel and donate another $100. Anyways, folks, all of the information that these people are giving you on some of these other YouTube channels is absolutely 100% false and fake. And here's the deal. I'll put my life on it. I will bet $5,000 out of my own bank account. That's right, $5,000. I'll bet $5,000 against Paul Begley's information. Why wouldn't Paul Begley answer my emails for the last 3 years? Why? Because it goes against everything that he is out there preaching, which is all fake. Wow. Inglewood Ron, get the hell out of my live chat. I'm pretty fired up, man. I'm pretty fired up because I have worked over 20 years. 20 years. Hold on one second. Close that window. I have worked over 20 years researching this subject. I have come up with the best observational evidence there is. There is no planet that's going to hit our Earth. We may get hit by an asteroid, a meteor, but we're not going to be, hit by a rogue planet. There is no such thing as planet Nibiru, okay? We've gotten that out there in the open many, many times. For anybody that thinks I'm on my YouTube channel right now ranting and being a crybaby, hey, check it out. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Because you know damn well that tomorrow, if I live stream or upload a video, you'll watch it. Because you know exactly where to come for the truth and the best observational evidence there is on this subject. Now, I'm done ranting. And for those of you that don't like it, hey, you go ahead and live your life from this point on with your blinders on, and when the shit hits the fan and you don't know what's happening, you'll be looking for me. You'll be looking for those answers. Yeah. Let's get into some of this now that I'm real hot. I'm hot and I'm pissed off. Okay, here's those line of earthquakes that I was talking about right here. A very, very small magnitude 2.2 in Tennessee, right along the New Madrid Fault. Only a depth of 9 kilometers. A very, very small one here in Oklahoma, but here's the one in Arizona, magnitude 3. I mean, when do we have earthquakes in Arizona like that? 10 kilometers deep. So that's a little unusual. Very, very unusual. You can see the magnitude of earthquakes sporadically occurring all through California. But these are kind of odd up here in these this Mammoth Lakes area. I'll go ahead and zoom in here. Way up in the mountains up here. Now, they're not big earthquakes, but they're cracking everywhere. Now, let's go down here. Magnitude 6.6, 65 kilometers deep. This was right off of the coast of El Salvador. Followed up by this 4.3. So this is fresh, 2 hours ago. There have been no tsunami warnings as of yet. Let me jump back over here real quick, because here is magnitude 4.2 Afghanistan. Look how deep that was. 225 kilometers deep. That was a deep-ass earthquake right there. 4.6 Indonesia. 150 kilometers deep. These earthquakes got deeper. Here's the one in Australia, magnitude 4.4, but that's a fresh one. That's 4 hours ago. There was a magnitude 5.3 in the same spot. Yeah. And then we have this kind of a weird earthquake out here. North Mariana Islands, magnitude 4.1 5 hours ago. Look at the depth. 468 kilometers deep. When was the last time that you saw an earthquake right there? Right there. That's not even, I mean, it's contained within the ring of fire, but the ring of fire goes out here. It goes out here, the ring of fire. What in the hell just happened here to cause an earthquake 468 kilometers deep? Yeah, baby, something's going on and the earth is getting rocked, and I'm going to show you why. Here's just the USGS's interactive map. They're really not showing anything on this as of yet. This earthquake in El Salvador happened right off the shore. USGS not helpful at all in this matter. I was keeping track to see if there were any tsunami warnings. Was there a rise in the water because this was offshore? I caught the one buoy. There was a little bit of a rise, not that much at all. They've actually updated this, but I'll show you the screenshot that I have. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I'll show you the screenshot. It was from about an hour ago. And this was the screenshot for that buoy right off the coast of Mexico. You can see where I have the blue arrow. You can see that there was a slight rise. Not very much. So I'm not thinking, well, hold on. Let me rephrase that because I'm still fired up here. I think that we will probably not see any tsunami activity impacting that shoreline. Oh, wait a minute. What the hell? Oh, I just noticed something. Why in the hell does that say March 27th, 2007? Whoa. What the hell is going on? Hey, let's back the truck up here first, folks. I want to see something here. That was very odd. I clicked on that. Why did it give me that information? Tsunami information statement number 1, North National Weather Service, Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, no tsunami threat to Guam. That's for Guam. Man, you can't even rely on this damn information. Tsunami information sheet for Alaska, British Columbia, Washington. There is no tsunami damage. Okay. Well, just like I said, scrap that picture that I was showing you. I don't know how the hell that data got in there. No tsunami, no tsunami. Okay, that's good. Now that we know that there's no damn tsunami, that's cool. Let's get into the reason why this happened. I'm going to take you guys over here to the solar wind prediction model. And we've had these coronal holes that were opening up. I expected for us to have some solar wind impacts. I really didn't think that it was going to be that bad. But then again, I underestimate the the deletion, let's just phrase it that way, of our magnetosphere. I mean, if it's already weakening right now to the point that it is, and we have 11 years, 12 years, 15 years, who knows, to go through all of this, holy hell. What's it going to be like in a year from now? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, we can see this uptick right here if you follow my cursor. Right here, this is the plasma density. Follow my cursor. It's all you guys got to do. I'm gonna pull this out here, and you're gonna see this impact from halfway through the 27th. Right there where you see that light blue circle, that's the Earth right here where my cursor is. You see the impact to Earth halfway through between the 28th and the 29th. We get through the 29th, bingo, the Earth just went through that impact, and we had some of those earthquakes occur just before midnight, and we're into the 30th today. That load of energy from the solar wind has passed us. The earthquakes are still occurring. We may see a few bigger ones today. We may see a whole variety of sporadic high 5 magnitude earthquakes across the globe. I hope we don't see a bigger one, but the possibility is there. The possibility can also stretch all the way through till June 3rd. Yeah. So we'll see. But if you just follow the this yellow line right here and take a look right here, you can see that was from the solar wind, and you see the impact right there. Between the 28th and the 29th, all of the earthquakes started just a few hours after that, and then bingo, we have a magnitude 6.6 right off of the coast of El Salvador. So it seems like these heavily charged particles are getting through in larger numbers or larger amounts, and that may be the main root cause, it probably is, of these earthquakes. And I wouldn't expect this to happen that quick under normal conditions. It would normally take 3 to 4 days, but it seems that it didn't take no more than 48 hours, actually kind of less than that. So that's where we're at, folks. There is no more solar wind detection on this model. As you can see, the next one coming through looks to be very, very light right here, and that is going all the way into June 4th. So in about 5 days or so, we'll see what happens. But you could already see right there where my cursor is, there is a predicted another stream coming, and that will probably begin on the 3rd of June. It will probably make it our way, I don't know, 24 to 48 hours. So we'll see what happens. But that's your root cause for these earthquakes, and I don't know. We may see another couple of boomers here before the day's end. Let's go ahead and jump out of this, and I'm going to share with you these photographs. Yeah, folks, I'm going to show you real Planet X observational evidence. And guess what? It sure as hell ain't on no damn flash drive. That's actually a cigarette lighter. Damn, I make the best coffee. Anyways, folks, I've been discussing with all of you that we've been watching to see what these sunspots are going to be doing on the back side of the sun. Yeah, you remember those. 2740, 2741. Well, they died out, little over 2.5 weeks ago as they were passing by us, Earth facing. They made their way around the western limb of the sun, And based on the orbital path of these Planet X objects, they came in contact once again on the backside of the sun. I believe the magnetic connection between them, the sunspots, and this Planet X object or objects fired them back up again. And it seems that they are coming back around with a vengeance. There seems to be a third area of activity right between the two sunspots. So right here. And this was the best photograph that I could capture this morning from the backside of the sun, showing you these areas. I did take a bigger close-up high-definition screenshot for you guys. And you do have to admit that when you come to my YouTube channel, you get the best evidence there is. Period. Thank you. But anyways, this is the region that I was talking about right here. This seems to be firing up really, really well. Here was sunspot 2741. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4 areas right here that are really, really, really active. If you take a look real close at these plasma loops, those are huge, folks. It may look little on your screen, but those are probably looping from the sun's outer surface. I would estimate anywhere between 50 to 60,000 miles leaving the sun and looping back around. I mean, that's how big they are. I actually captured one on the SDO 171 that I've never seen a loop like that before. It was just absolutely massive. It looked like it looped about 150,000 miles out into space and came back around and reconnected with the sun. So it was pretty intense. This is what we have to look forward to in, well, I'd probably say within the next week. We're going to be talking about these active zones a lot, because if this type of flaring and this type of activity continues as it comes back around, once again, we could be looking at another moderate threat from solar flaring, coronal mass ejections, and additional coronal holes. A lot of you may not think much of this, but take into consideration, we already know now that the Earth is very vulnerable to what is happening out there on our sun. So, if the Earth has become that vulnerable to the effects coming from the sun, what does that mean? That means that we are also vulnerable to these situations that are occurring. If you think, what's happening with my weather? Why is all of this happening? Why? Well, I can tell you this much, folks. One meteorologist that I listened to yesterday actually told the truth. But he was sweating. He was sweating. You could tell he was nervous. But what he did say is that the jet stream wind speeds are excessive and very erratic. Did you hear what I said? The jet stream patterns right now over the United States are excessive in speed and very erratic. There is also a high pressure sitting down over the south, the southern portion of the United States near the Gulf of Mexico, and a low pressure which sits over the Midwest, or excuse me, the western part of the United States, and they're just banging into each other. It's like a tug of war right now. Neither one of them is winning, but that whole system is stalled right there over the Midwest. Because of the jet stream pattern looping around, it's bringing all of that up further north, and then it gets caught in that easterly jet stream that just brings it straight across Ohio, Pennsylvania, into New York and New Jersey. Yesterday, they had golf ball size hail in New York City. So we're going to see more and more of these, what some people may think are rare occurrences, but in due time they won't be so damn rare. They'll be an everyday thing. That's what's kind of scary. Yeah. So this is the situation that we're looking at right now on the sun. And this is on the back side, rolling around the left side of the sun, the eastern limb of the sun. We'll get better looks at it in the next couple of days, but I can already see the flaring. I can already see the energy from our earthly view of the sun on the SDO, and I'll show you that. We're already seeing it. Even though these we'll call them energy zones right now, even though they're on the back side, we can still see the energy coming out, even from our earth-facing view, even though they are on the back side. That's how powerful these areas are. I just took this morning, 7:05 a.m. UTC time, extreme ultraviolet light, and this is again on the back side, and you can see these regions. It's a little blurry. I had to zoom that in, but you can see they're going to be rotating around this way and moving straight around the backside. Just a couple of days. That's it. That's what we're going to be looking at. Now check this out. First thing this morning, you could see the time up here. Right up here. This is for today. This was at 1:06 a.m. UTC time. That's about 4 hours ahead of me. You can tell how early I was up this morning, and you could also tell how dedicated I am into finding out the truth. And you could also see my passion and my frustration when people are feeding all of you bullshit lies. Yeah. So don't knock me for wanting the truth for all of you. Because if you knock me for wanting the truth for all of you, wow, you're batshit crazy. You don't belong here on my YouTube channel. You belong over there with Pastor Paul Begley and the rest of those nonsense people. Now, let's take a look at this. Yesterday, I showed all of you what was lurking up there at the 11 o'clock position on May 25th. I showed you what was right here. It was right there. Now, 5 days later, look at this nice view that we have of this puppy. It's a little obscured because I'm having to use the stereo Core 2 spacecraft, which does give us a little bit of a side view of the sun. It's not like the SDO where we get a straight-on view. The imagery is not all that great. But look what we see right there. Looky, looky, looky. You see that dark, obscured object right there in the sun's corona? Yeah. Now, that's not a camera anomaly. I didn't put that there. And it's in the same position where I showed you guys the other day on the 25th, 5 days ago, when that object was right up here. Now it's moving downward. Remember, that's the elliptical orbit that it has around the sun every 28 days, folks. These objects are not coming in, like Paul Begley said, on December 2023. What the hell is he talking about? They've been here. They've been here. They've been here since my first observation of them in action in 2007. These people need to get their heads out of their asses and tell you folks the truth. Period. here's a broader view of what I just showed you. So if you happen not to have seen what I just showed you and you couldn't make it out, maybe if you sit back a little bit in your chair, and there, you can clearly see it. Now, I know right off the bat, people are going to say, oh, I could see stars in front of it. You're talking about those little white dots right there? You see all those little white dots? Yeah, those aren't stars, people. Okay? All of this stuff, all of these little dots that you see behind there, those aren't stars, folks. They're not stars. That is all little, well, they're not really little, but that is all particle debris coming from the sun. Okay, so they're not stars. It's all particle debris. And I'm going to be quite honest with you, it's a little hard to judge from these photographs, but if you knew how big the Earth was in comparison to the sun, those little dots that you see, they're pretty damn big. Yeah. Yes, they are. But it's not the 1 million mile debris trail from Nibiru. It's all coming from the sun. You see the massive flaring already right here. Yeah. Look at that bad boy. Looky. Here, I'll zoom that right in. Suck that up, Buttercup. Yeah. So you have people out there that are telling you that this object or these objects are on a 3,600-year orbit, but yet I've been showing everybody these for the last 3 years. I have observational evidence that goes all the way back to 2007 showing this object orbiting the sun. Whew. Why do you think they censor my YouTube channel? Why do you think they've buried my YouTube channel? Yeah. Why do you think my YouTube channel, when I do a live stream or do a video, why do you think I don't get 300,000 views? Yeah. If I would do what Pastor Paul does, I'd get 300,000 views. Ooh, the earth is a-shaking and a-quaking. I'm not some damn YouTube personality. I am a hardcore truther. I want the truth. I search for the truth. I investigate the truth. I research the truth. And I'm smart. I'm not a dummy. You know what? Here's the deal. Let's see how many of you have balls like I do. Yeah, in Spanish, con cojone. Let's see how many of you have balls of steel, and I bet you 10 to 1 that you won't go over to Paul Begley's video about the breaking news and the little green flash drive. I bet you 10 to 1 that you won't go over to his YouTube video and leave a comment and call him out. Call him out as a liar. I did. My comment disappeared in about a minute. Every time I comment and I ask, Paul, why are you telling these people these things? It's completely false. It's fake. My comment gets deleted. I don't call him names. I don't say anything rude other than why. Yeah. So, for all of you that got big balls, yeah, accept my challenge. Go over there and start calling these people out. If you know for a fact what I'm showing you right here this morning, fresh evidence, what's holding you back? Are you shy? Do you respect a false prophet? If you're religious, why would you not stick up for yourself? Why would you not stick up for the rest of humanity? For people that don't know any better? Ooh, man, am I getting fucking... Ooh. This is same photograph, different extreme ultraviolet light. It's in black and white. You can still see the object pointed out with the yellow arrow. You can see it right here. It's almost completely visible. I would say 90% of it is visible. You just have a small portion that's still located behind the sun. Again, same thing. Barely the bottom portion of it is barely seen. You could see it right there. Tons of debris just whipping around, and that's all coming from the sun. Now, this is a composite image of several different angstroms of extreme ultraviolet light. This is coming from the Solar Dynamics Observatory. This photograph is no more than about an hour old. And now this is our Earth-facing view. So this is what we're looking at. And wow, what do I see? I see this weird discoloration right here. Now, I can't say for sure if that's anything. I'll zoom into it for you. It looks kind of odd. It's kind of out of place. There is something slightly spherical in there. I can't tell what it is, but it's a little odd and a little misplaced right there. But my main interest is you can already see the extreme amount of energy that is coming from those revitalized sunspots. And folks, remember what I said back at the end of April when these objects made their way back around to the backside of the sun and we saw that big coronal mass ejection. I said they're going to make their way back around. They're going to cross the front face of the sun facing us. They're going to fizzle out because there is no magnetic connection to its host. Its host is the main Planet X object. We know that there are 3 of them. We know that one of them is huge, at least 5 to 7 times the size of Jupiter. An object like that, in order to interfere with the sun, would have to be large, and it would have to be dense, and its mass would have to be intense for it to disturb our star. Our star is a tough cookie, man. It is a powerful, medium-sized star. So in order for something to disturb it, that object has to be pretty damn tough also. So it also has to be dense, and it also has to have a very, very strong magnetic field. You get my drift. Am I making any sense? Of course I am. So this is our front view right now as we're looking at the sun through the SDO's space telescope. Look at that. That is incredible. That is telling me once again, just like I said, those sunspots made their way around the backside of the sun. Fortunately, we did not see any large coronal mass ejections on the backside, probably because these sunspots completely fizzled out. They lost all of their negative polarity. However, as these Planet X objects made their way up and around to the backside of the sun, remember, folks, it's all about timing. So once the sunspots and the Planet X objects got behind the sun, out of our view, the resurgence, the rebirth of these sunspots occurred. I've been watching it for the last 2 weeks. Now, in a matter of 7 to 10 days, it's going to be right back in our face. And we're going to see how powerful these sunspots have become. And it looks like now there is a third region to deal with. So we'll see what happens. This can create a very, very serious situation here on Earth with more catastrophic earthquakes. We'll just have to wait and see. Yes, we will. Yeah, see, I was taking some clips right here. This darker region right here really, really has me going. Because right here, it just doesn't make any sense. That to me looks like something enveloped within the sun's corona. But again, I can't say whether or not that is an actual object. But it's very, very odd. Very odd. And I took these screenshots at different intervals, a few according to the 48-hour loop, about 30 minutes apart from what I just showed you. Here's another one. This was about 1 hour later in the 48-hour loop. And if you look now, things become a little more spherical right there. And again, there seems to be, I can't guarantee it, folks. I can't say 100%, but there seems to be something right kind of back within the sun's corona. It's kind of hard to say, you know. I wish NASA would bring back the high definition ability on this damn SDO like we had back in 2016 and 2017. Look, I'll probably have to take credit for that because, I literally showed them the tools that I was using to make these finds. And ever since then, they've dulled the damn image. Shit. But that kind of looks a little weird right there, folks. And, to be quite frank with all of you, and honest, there's a high possibility that may be the larger object, and the smaller one that we were just looking at up here at about the 10 o'clock position, that may be the trailing object. I don't know how big those other two objects are. Remember, for the first time, we photographed 3 of them. That's a fact. But I don't know how big they are. I don't have any way of finding that out. I even asked Dr. Albers, is there anything that we can do mathematically? Can you determine how big those other 2 objects are? And she said, she could, but she would be speculating. And I don't like to speculate, man. I don't like to speculate at all. I want hardcore proof. So we 86'd that project, period. But you can see it. There's something obscured right there, and it's in the sun's corona. Now, I just showed you guys photographs from 6 o'clock this morning, UTC time, of the other object, which is just about at the 10 o'clock position. If this is the case, maybe, just maybe, these objects are trailing around the sun in a line. I don't know. I wish I did. I beat myself up over it every single day because I wish I knew. Because I'd love to blow the lid off of this, man. But, I wish I could. That's another thing that bugs me. If you were going to hold a Planet X conference, Paul Begley, why wouldn't you invite somebody who has the best observational evidence on the freaking planet except for the space agencies. Why wouldn't you invite that person? Why wouldn't you invite them to show your people the truth? Oh, wait a minute. That's why you didn't invite me. That's why you haven't answered any of my emails in 3 fucking years. Because you're not showing people the truth. Paul Begley, I hope you get this message, buddy. You better start wising up. And you better start talking truth instead of nonsense. Because I'm going to tell you this much. I will not lay off of your ass until you bring the truth about what is happening, not lies. Stop ripping your followers off. Stop. You've made enough money over all these years. You don't need to take that kind of money from those people. You know what, folks? What's really pissed me off, and I'll tell you the truth. I got another email from a lady. I was going to show you this damn email, but I knew it was going to piss me off. But I'm going to talk about it anyways. Another lady has been sending Paul Begley's ministry $100 a month for the last 3 years. The last 3 years. Add that up, people. That's a lot of money. She said to me in her email, Scott, I just found your YouTube channel 6 months ago. Everything that you say goes against what Pastor Paul preaches about. Well, yeah, Ethel. Of course it does. Because he's feeding all of those people, feeding on their religious beliefs. Just like Steve Olson does. Like I've said before, folks, there's a very, very fine line with science and religion. That's why I don't like to institute religion in my work. Because why? I'm going to end up insulting somebody like I've done today, but that's not my intention. We have too many people out there that want to be rock stars in this so-called Planet X or Nibiru community, but they don't have an ounce of scientific evidence. They have no proof. They have nothing. Zero. Just because I got a big mouth and I'm outspoken, some people don't like me. Oh, well, guess what? You see that right there? Take a look at that. Look real close. You know what that is? That's me playing my little violin for you, baby. I've devoted half of my life to this research. Half of it. There's nobody else out there that can say the same. Period. I've gone through hell and back trying to prove this. And I'll be damned if other people are going to go out there, muddy the waters, and lie to people. Just outright lie. I sent Paul Begley in 2016, 2017, and 2018 complete files of all of the photographic and observational evidence that I had. All of it. Not one return email. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're on your YouTube channel and you're preaching the Word of God and you are showing your people this apocalypto, and I just sent you all of that information, don't you think that you would at least return an email? Yeah. But if you get Mike from around the world on there about talking about the 5 waves of energy, which don't exist. Yeah. That really makes me mad, folks, when people use your faith against you. Some of you may think very little of me right now, but that's okay. Maybe someday soon you'll take the blinders off and you'll understand where I'm coming from. This is your wake-up call. Period. You see the evidence on this channel. You see that I don't play around. And I'm not afraid of anybody. I will go head to head with anybody with my evidence against yours any day. I don't care if you're a piece of shit troll. I don't care if you're a famed astronomer. I don't care what your background is. I don't care if you're a preacher on YouTube. I will put my evidence up against anybody's. Any day, any time. It is what it is. Sorry for getting so pissed off and so outspoken. But when I get emails from people that are telling me how much money, tens of thousands of dollars, but what the hell is wrong with people? You know, yeah, I got a PayPal button. I get, what, a $10 donation here, $20 donation here. I'm not out there pushing for people to send me money. I've had a few people, folks, over the years send me large amounts of money. I send it back. I mean, I had one lady in Germany fucking send me $500 through PayPal. I immediately reversed the damn charge, sent the money back to her card, and sent her an email. And told her, you don't have to do that. That's over the top. But I've had this thing about religion and money. I can't stand the fake television evangelists. That scumbag Joel Osteen, ooh, somebody should kick him right in the nuts. I just recently saw a piece written up on him. Oh, yeah. He got his $350,000 Ferrari parked out in front of his $50 billion church. Did Jesus Christ, did Jesus have a $50 million church? Did Jesus take donations from his people? Did he take anything from his people? He didn't take a damn thing. Jesus as the man. You all saw what he did in the temple. Yeah, Jesus got pissed off because he showed his human side and he destroyed and upset the tables. Threw all of their money onto the floor. Yeah, you don't think I know about the Bible, do you? Well, let me tell you all of this. I went to Catholic school for 8 years before they closed the school down. I was trained in the Bible by a biblical scholar for 8 years. We took the Bible apart, chapter after chapter, page by page by page, for 8 straight years. I've studied the Bible from page 1 all the way to the end. Just because I'm not on my YouTube channel quoting scriptures doesn't mean that I don't have my own faith. And for all of you that keep telling me in the comment section that I better find Jesus, keep your advice to yourself. Because I have my own faith right here in my heart and up here. Who in the hell do you think is driving me? Well, you know what? I can't even do no more of this live stream. I'm so pissed off right now. I gotta go cool off, people. Take my challenge. If you guys want to support me and you think what I'm showing you is the absolute truth and you want to go to war with somebody that's just outright lying, grow some balls and go over there to Pastor Paul and comment on his video. Comment on it. because it's all a pack of lies. And I'm sick and tired of people searching for the truth and getting caught up in the nonsense. You know what, folks? I got to go settle down. My heart's beating out of my chest right now. I'm so damn mad. Ooh, I'm fired up. And let me tell you something. That goes for all of you other YouTubers out there that are lying to people about this subject matter. You better stop. If you want to learn the real scientific information about what's happening, get with me. Send me an email. Ask me for my damn help. I'll give it to you. You know, I brought Mark from the Blue Kool-Aid channel in with me because I know for a fact after listening to Mark that he had a heart of gold. He wants the same thing. And I could tell that Mark was a genuine man and a man of God and a man who has faith and a man that would probably die for it. But I can't say that for some of those other suckers that are out there. And you all know who I'm talking about. Woo! You want to see me fired up? Start stealing people's money. I'll be the first one in your face. You know how many elderly people are out there giving their damn money to these television evangelistos? Yeah. I take offense to it. Look, man, whoever's asking me to look at comments in the live chat, I don't look at the live chat right now. I'm too fired up. All I see is red right now. Period. People need to stop lying about this subject matter. Pure and simple. We are going to be in the ride of our lives over the next decade. And if I have to spend the next 10 years of my life doing this, I will. You know, I'm 51 years old, man. I've been retired from my career since 2005. I should be out every day, riding in the wind on my Harley, man. I should be out there enjoying life, taking vacations, spending time with my kids, doing this and that. No. I dedicated all of my damn time to this research. I've dedicated my life. I've given it up. Whoa, man. I'm pissed off, people. I gotta go. I gotta go settle down. This is probably the maddest I've been for quite a while. And, you know, if I've insulted anybody here this morning, I'm very, very sorry. But I've had it. I've had it. It's about time. Maybe some of you get out there and stick up for me. Stick up for what you believe in. Put your battle armor on. It's time to go to war. Because eventually, folks, we're going to be at war with our own planet, with our own star. We are already at war with our weather. How much more do I need to explain? Whew. Man, I am hotter than a firecracker on the 4th of July. Look, folks, you guys go out there and you get her done. Yeah, I got to go. You guys take it easy. I hope you enjoyed the information that I showed you today. I hope you got something from it. But you know what? Don't ever think for one split second that I'm done. You'll hear from me later on today. This is Scott from Planet X News. Be safe out there, folks. Take